Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap, and guys, welcome to your another important session for the PIB where we are discussing with you the most important current affairs that are relevant for the examination. The dates for which we will be discussing the current affairs today are guys from 15th to 17th of August, where we will be discussing some important current affairs as well as some important government schemes that has been recently launched by the government. But before I proceed with the session further on, guys, I just wanted to give you a brief introduction about these comprehensive guidebooks that can be acting as your guiding pillar for your examination preparation. These guidebooks consist of your syllabus, the sources to cover the syllabus, and the most important thing, guys, the previous year question papers are also available here. So you do not have to go anywhere for getting the previous year question papers, and these are absolutely free. You just have to give 1 second of yours, that is click on the link which is given in the description below, and you can have these guidebooks with you. Now let's talk about the topics that I will be discussing today. The topics are Dr. Bindeshwar Pathak, who has passed away. So we will be talking about him. Then we'll be discussing about some multiple MOUs, or you can say agreements, that have been signed by the government of India along with various countries. Then we'll be discussing about Vindhyagiri, which is the frigate that has been launched. So we'll be discussing about here what actually is Vindhyagiri, under which project it has been launched. We will be discussing about that. Then Central Water Commission has launched a mobile application for flood forecasting. We will be discussing about those things which are relevant from the perspective of phase 1 of the examination. Then guys, we'll be discussing about two prominent schemes that has recently been launched. That is the e-bus seva scheme as well as the Vishwakarma scheme that has been launched recently by the government of India. Now let's proceed with the topic which is relevant only for the phase 1 of the examination. The first topic is about Mr. Bindeshwar Pathak. So he's a very prominent person in India. Why? Look at the thing. He was a founder of Sulabh International, which is basically an organization which is working to promote human rights, environmental sanitation and waste management. और दूसरी prominent चीज इनके बारे में क्या है, क्यों important है, क्योंकि ये nominate हुए थे as an ambassador for स्वच्छ भारत मिशन. मैनुअल स्कैवेजिंग को कम करने के लिए इन्होंने ये इनिशिएटिव जो है इनको स्टार्ट किया है. और अगर मैं इनकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की बात करूं, Sulabh International. So it was founded in 1970 and it has received the Gandhi Peace Prize for the year 2016 along with the Akshay Patra Foundation. So this is the prominent thing to remember. किसके साथ इनको गांधी पीस प्राइज मिला था? अक्षय पात्रा फाउंडेशन 2016 में. जब मैं बात करता हूं मैनुअल स्कैवेंजिंग की, so we have two prominent things that we've discussed a lot of time. ठीक है जी, पहला हमने डिस्कस किया था, केरला ने लॉन्च किया है बंदीकोट रॉबर्ट फॉर मैनुअल स्कैवेंजिंग, वो चीज स्टार्ट की थी. फिर हम डिस्कस करते हैं नमस्ते स्कीम. ठीक है जी, और मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ सोशल जस्टिस एंड एम्पावरमेंट किसकी बात करता है? ये भी बात करता है अबाउट manual scavenging, how to control manual scavenging. So namaste scheme is here. So now guys, for you, the first homework that you have to tell me today in the comment box is about the namaste scheme. Ministry, I have told you when the scheme was launched, and the other thing is what are actually the targets or the features of this specific scheme, that is the namaste scheme. So discuss here. Let's talk about the question here. The question is, the renowned Indian social entrepreneur and a Padma Bhushan recipient Dr. Bindeshwar Pathak has passed away. He was the founder of which organization, which is an Indian-based social service organization, and we have gone through this thing. The answer will be option number B. Sulabh Internationals will be the answer here. Let's look at the question number 2, guys. So here, multiple agreements have been signed by the government of India along with various countries. So if I talk about in sports, it is between India and Australia signed an agreement in terms of sports. Then India and Suriname. So Suriname से क्या याद रखना आपको? Yellow Star Award. The question has been asked in the RB examination also. Yellow Star Award किसको मिला है हमारे? Given to President of India. Okay. Then an agreement has been signed. So Cabinet has approved the signing of agreement between India and Suriname, allaying in the field of रेगुलेशन ऑफ मेडिसिन, तो मेडिकल प्रोडक्ट्स, मेडिसिन की बात किसके साथ हो रही है, सरीनेम के साथ हो रही है, ठीक है जी। और स्पोर्ट्स की बात हो रही है हमारी ऑस्ट्रेलिया के साथ, ठीक है। सो दिस इज द बेसिकली एग्रीमेंट्स दैट हैज बीन साइंड हियर, ठीक है जी। थोड़ा सा बेटर बताऊं तो जो सरीनेम वाले हैं वो क्या है, आपका एक कंस्ट्रक्टिव डायलॉग बने ऑन द लॉज एंड रेगुलेशंस फॉर द मेडिकल प्रोडक्ट्स, दैट इज द प्राइम ऑब्जेक्टिव व्हिच हैज बीन डिस्कस्ड अंडर दिस स्पेसिफिक एग्रीमेंट हियर, ठीक है जी। चलो अब डिस्कस करते हैं इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन क्या है। तो क्वेश्चन देखिए, अब देखने में जब आप न्यूज पढ़ते हो तो आपको लगता है बहुत ही बेसिक सा क्वेश्चन है, तो हम चुटकी में कर लेंगे। अब आप क्वेश्चन देखो यहाँ पे, रिसेंटली मल्टीपल MOUs हैव बीन अप्रूव्ड बाय द यूनियन कैबिनेट फॉर कोऑपरेशन ऑफ इंडिया एंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया एंड सरीनेम, ठीक है, इंडिया विद ऑस्ट्रेलिया एंड सरीनेम, व्हिच एरिया ऑफ कोऑपरेशन इज कवर्ड बाय वन ऑफ द MOUs, ठीक है। अब देखो जितनी न्यूज सिंपल है, क्वेश्चन उतना ही डिफिकल्ट बन जाएगा यहाँ पे, जैसे कि हमने इस बार देखा एग्जामिनेशन में। Trade and investment between India and Australia has been done. Bilateral defense partnership between India and Australia has taken place. The space and satellite communication, or you can take about space and satellite technology cooperation between India and Suriname has taken place. There is a cultural exchange and educational cooperation between India and education has taken place. Or last है cooperation in medical products between India and Suriname. So the answer here becomes option number E. और एक चीज मुझे honestly बताना, looking just at the agreement, you might be feeling कि यार ये तो कौन पूछेगा इतना बेसिक सा एग्रीमेंट, बट इफ यू लुक एट द क्वेश्चन हियर, दिस क्वेश्चन विल रियली बिकम डिफिकल्ट फॉर यू नाइस, ठीक है। सच्ची बताओ मुझे ऑनेस्टली, क्या क्वेश्चन वाकई में डिफिकल्ट लग रहा था कि नहीं लग रहा था? सो डू लेट मी नो दैट आल्सो इन द कमेंट बॉक्स, ओके जी। सो वी हैव डिस्कस्ड टू न्यूज, लेट्स प्रोसीड टुवर्ड्स आवर थर्ड न्यूज फॉर द डे, दैट इज विंध्यागिरी। What actually is Vindhyagiri? Vindhyagiri is a frigate which is by code named as Y3024, and it's a frigate or ship which has been developed under Project 17A, ठीक है जी। और कहां से लॉन्च हुआ है? It has been launched from GRS, that is Garden Research Shipbuilders Engineering Limited, that's in Kolkata. Now here the prominent thing to be remembered about from the Vindhyagiri is actually about Project 17A. अब Project 17A है क्या? It's known as the Alpha, Project 17 Alpha frigates. Frigates are types of ships, ठीक है जी। तो Alpha is Alpha, ठीक है जी। तो इसको बोला जाता है Project 17 frigates, जिसको पहला बोला जाता है नीलगिरी क्लास फ्रिगेट्स। सो नीलगिरी क्लास फ्रिगेट्स गॉट रीनेम्ड एज Project 17A, और इसी के अंदर आपका 6th शिप by the name of Vindhyagiri has been launched. Important thing about Project 17A is, guys, that all the ships are basically now being designed by Mazagon Dockyard Shipbuilders and the Garden Research Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited. So इसको बनाया GRSC कोलकाता ने, और दूसरा prominent builder यहाँ पे कौन है? That is Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders and Garden Research. So they are basically building the Project 17A frigates, or you can say ships. लॉन्च कौन सी है? इसका नाम है विंध्यागिरी। So let's proceed about the question here that is on this thing. The question is, now recently the 6th ship of Project 17A has been launched by the Honorable President of India, ठीक है जी, at GRSC. So entire 4,000 special seals are used for the construction of this vessel, which was supplied by which of the following organization? तो यहाँ पे दोस्तों आंसर बन जाएगा Steel Authority of India Limited, ठीक है जी। अरे दिस इज वन पॉइंट that got missed from my end also. So यहाँ पे एक पॉइंट और लिखा हुआ था कि पूरा का पूरा जो सप्लाई है वो स्टील अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया लिमिटेड ने दिया है। दैट इज द थिंग दैट हैज बीन आस्क्ड इन द एग्जाम, इन द क्वेश्चन दैट आई हैव आस्क्ड यू। लेट्स लुक एट द फोर्थ क्वेश्चन नाउ, ठीक है जी, जो कि आपका एक मोबाइल ऐप लॉन्च हुआ जिसका नाम है फ्लड वॉच। So now guys, if I talk about recent scenario, if you see, lots and lots of floods have occurred in various places of India, especially North India में तो बहुत ज्यादा floods देखने को मिले हैं। तो उसी के बेस पे क्या हुआ है, सेंट्रल वाटर कमीशन ने फ्लड वॉच ऐप लॉन्च किया है, which basically provides you the real time flood forecast to the public using the interactive maps here, ठीक है जी। रियल टाइम आपको फ्लड सिचुएशन पता चल जाएगी। एंड इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, यूजर कैन चेक द फ्लड फोरकास्ट अप टू 24 आवर्स और फ्लड एडवाइजरी अप टू 7 days prior. So which means if you know कि within 24 hours there is a possibility that a flood can occur in your area, so you will be prepared. Either तो you can left your home, otherwise अगर आप घर पे भी हो तो आप अपनी जो प्रिपरेशन है वो कर सकते हो, ठीक है। इमीडिएटली रश आवर्स नहीं होंगे। दूसरा क्या लिखा उन्होंने, एडवाइजरी आपको 7 days पहले मिल जाएगी। सो दैट इज द पॉइंट थिंग हियर। नाउ इट सेज This is a DAB, this is an in-house app which is developed, which has readable and audio broadcasting also, and the information is available in two languages, that is English and Hindi. So that is the important part to remember. At present, the languages are English and Hindi that is available here. Okay, and it will also utilize the near real-time river data flow from the various sources. So let's look at the question here with respect to this flood watch monitoring. The question is, what is the name of the mobile application which has been launched by the Central Water Commission that provides you the real-time flood situation updates and forecasts to the public? So we know the answer here is Flood Watch. Other thing that could be asked is, कितने days prior आपको flood advisory मिल सकती है? 7 days, and flood warning it is 24 hours, or you can say 1 day will be the thing here. So guys, this was the news which are important from the perspective of phase 1 of the examination for the RBI and NABARD examination. Specifically, मैं talk about NABARD के लिए अब ये ज़्यादा important बन जाएंगे. ठीक है जी? Let's talk about those news which are now relevant for both phase 1 and phase 2. The first is the PM-E Bus Seva scheme. So recently, the cabinet has approved the PM-E Bus Seva scheme, which is being promoted for augmenting city bus operations. जहां पे आप इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर वगैरह बनाओगे तो augmenting city bus operations हैं, and the priority will be given to those cities who have no organized bus service channel. उसके लिए यहाँ पे इलेक्ट्रिक बसेस प्रोवाइड किए जाएंगे. फिर नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक बसेस, that is the thing here. Target is 10,000 electric buses will be deployed on the PPP model in 169 cities. Infrastructure will be upgraded in 181 cities under the Green Urban Mobility Initiative. Total estimated cost of the scheme is 57,613 crore rupees, and expected direct employment is around 45,000. So which means if you just look at the headings of this scheme, you can see the 4 prominent questions can be asked. ठीक है जी? क्या पर्पस है, कहां पे होगा, कितना टारगेट है, क्या सिटीज टारगेट है, कहां कहां पे मॉडल यूज होगा, और कितना कॉस्ट यहां पे और कितनी एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेट होगी. नाउ इफ आई सम अप द स्कीम फॉर यू गाइस, सो द स्कीम नेम इज PM-E Bus Seva. Purpose I have discussed with you, which is augmenting the city bus operations by using 10,000 electric buses, developing them on public private partnership model. ठीक है जी? पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्टेशन यहां से एनहांस होंगे, आपका मोबिलिटी, एयर पॉल्यूशन, सब चीज को कम करने के लिए this scheme has basically been launched, where the scheme basically now has 2 segments. One is the infrastructure related segment, जिसको आप बोलते हो augmentation of city buses, जो अभी मैंने आपके साथ डिस्कस किया था. ठीक है जी? ऑगमेंटेशन पर्सपेक्टिव, जहां पे इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट जो है वो चीज होगी आपकी 169 सिटीज के अंदर, और ग्रीन अर्बन मोबिलिटी के अंदर आपकी 181 सिटीज हैं जहां पे आपका बेसिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर जो है वो सेटअप किया जाएगा. ठीक है जी? देन if I talk about the support for operation, it says the central government will provide subsidy which will ultimately give boost to e-mobility. और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने क्या बोला है, अभी सब्सिडी अमाउंट नहीं बोला है, बट इट सेज आउट ऑफ द टोटल 57,613 crore rupees which has been allocated to the scheme, the 20,000 crore rupees will be provided by the central government. तो इसका मतलब ये एक सेंट्रली स्पॉन्सर्ड स्कीम है, सेंट्रल स्टेट कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन यहां पे होगा. तो ये यहां पे मेंशन किया है. देन सिटीज को उसको कंट्रीब्यूट करेगा. इट सेज इट विल बी कवरिंग नाउ द सिटीज व्हिच आर हैविंग अ पॉपुलेशन ऑफ मोर देन 3 lakh and above as per the 2011 census. So this is a very important point to remember guys, where actually this scheme will be implemented. हमने बोला था कि organized system आपने होगा, no organized bus services are there, but what is the criteria? That's a point here, that is 3 lakh and above as per 2011 census is a point to be remembered here. Then the duration of the scheme that has been just given is, it says it's a initiative which will be started, which will be culminated in 10 years. And then the next point is employment generation कितना है यहाँ पे 45,000 से लेके 55,000 आपको डायरेक्ट जॉब्स जो हैं will be provided through this initiative. Target I have already discussed with, that is 10,000 electric buses deployment is the target here. Now let's discuss the scheme with the help of questions here. ठीक है जी? पहला क्वेश्चन, which of the following statements given here are correct with respect to the PM-E Bus Seva scheme? It says the scheme will cover cities of 3 lakh and above population as per census 2011. Priority will be given to cities having an organized bus services. The central government will provide a support of 20,000 out of the estimated 57,613 crore rupees. तो हमें पता है यहाँ पे फर्स्ट एंड थर्ड विल बी द आंसर, दैट इज ऑप्शन नंबर बी. क्यों? क्योंकि ऑर्गेनाइज नहीं, हैविंग नो ऑर्गेनाइज बस सर्विसेज विल बी गिवन द प्रायोरिटी हियर. और सिटीज कैसे होंगी? सिटीज हमारी कैलकुलेट होंगी, they should have a population of more than 3 lakh and above as per census 2011. That is being written in the first statement. Now let's look at the second question on the same scheme, guys. That's the second question is, consider the following statements about two segments of this scheme. There are two segments, segment A, segment B. So segment A deals with the augmenting city bus services in 181 cities. Segment B focuses on green initiatives like bus priority and charging infrastructure in 169 cities. ठीक है जी. तीसरा ऑप्शन आता है, the associated infrastructure will provide support for development and upgradation of the infrastructure and creation of behind the meter power infrastructure for e-buses in segment A. तो देखो अब यहां पे अगर हम बात करें, ठीक है जी, थर्ड पॉइंट बिल्कुल सही है, क्योंकि सेगमेंट ए में आपका इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बिल्ड करना, ठीक है जी, और बिहाइंड द मीटर पावर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बिल्ड करना कोर फंक्शन है ऑगमेंटेशन में. नाउ व्हाट्स द थिंग हियर? थिंग हियर इज, हियर both the statements, the objective here is right, but यहाँ पे cities गलत लिखी हैं. यहाँ पे 169 थी और यहाँ पे 181 है. So that's why here the answer becomes option number D, that is 3 only will be the answer here. So option number D will be the correct answer here. ठीक है जी. चलिए अब डिस्कस करते हैं हमारी दूसरी स्कीम, जो कि है पीएम विश्वकर्मा स्कीम. पीएम विश्वकर्मा स्कीम which is being announced in the budget 2023. So now some guidelines have been given here from the perspective of PM Vishwakarma scheme. Look at the thing here. It says the cabinet has approved this new central sector scheme, 100% centrally funded scheme, PM Vishwakarma, to support traditional artisans and the craftsmen of rural and urban India. So again, a very important thing to remember, it's not focusing on rural India, it's focusing both on रूरल एंड अर्बन इंडिया. ठीक है जी. अब यहाँ पे फाइनेंशियल आउटले कितना है? 13,000 करोड़ रुपीस. मतलब ये सारा का सारा सेंटर ही बियर करेगी. द स्कीम हैज बीन लॉन्च फॉर अ टेन्योर ऑफ 5 years, दैट्स फ्रॉम 23-24 टू 27-28, जबकि ई बस जो हमने अभी डिस्कस किया है उसका ड्यूरेशन है यहाँ पे 10 years. नाउ लुक एट द थिंग, इट सेज व्हाट विल बी डन हियर. आर्टिजन्स अंडर द स्कीम, दे विल बी प्रोवाइडेड the Vishwakarma certificate and ID card. ठीक है. Along with that, they will now get a credit support here, which means rupees 1 lakh will be given to them on first tranche, which means first kind of loan, or you can say first form. उनको 1 lakh rupees मिलेंगे. Second tranche में they will be getting rupees 2 lakh, जहां पे उनको कंसेशन मिलेगा at an interest rate of 5%. That's a point. इंटरेस्ट रेट में कितना कंसेशन है? 5%. Now, what it will do? It will now be providing this skill upgradation also. लोन तो देंगे आपको, स्किल अपग्रेड करवाएंगे, टूल किट, इंसेंटिव्स और डिजिटल ट्रांजैक्शन, मार्केटिंग सपोर्ट, which means all the things which are required so that the traditional products could be exported, बेटर बन जाए. तो सब कुछ यहाँ पे इंक्लूड किया है. ठीक है. अब आते हैं यहाँ पे, देखो उन्होंने बोला है initially when the scheme has now been launched, so there are 18 traditional traders which are being covered here. So I have named all the 18 here. ठीक है जी. I would just advise you one thing, जैसे इस बार पीवीटीजी में बहुत ही गंदा क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा हूँ आरबीआई में कि कौन सी उन 18 स्टेट्स में नहीं है, तो मैं ये नहीं कहता पूछने को यार इस साल ये भी पूछ लिया कि कौन से इन 18 ट्रेड्स में नहीं है. बट आई विल से वन थिंग टू यू, आई विल नॉट से क्रैम दिस 18. हैव अ लुक एट दिस 18 ट्रेड क्राफ्ट्स. ठीक है जी. इसको एक दो बार रीड कर लीजिए. Then it's all a luck. If a question comes, you remember something that you can solve this question. Otherwise, मैं फिर भी बोलूंगा इस तरह के क्वेश्चंस के लिए आपको बहुत ज्यादा, मैं नहीं कहूंगा आपको पूरे 18 याद करने हैं. फिजिबिलिटी नहीं है तो you should take a calculative risk there. Okay? So these are the things that you can have a look here. चलिए अब डिस्कस करते हैं the question on this scheme. Question is, the Union Cabinet has approved this new central sector scheme. Now, which of the following statements here are incorrect? The scheme will have a financial outlay of 13,000 crore rupees. So that's fine, guys. It has a tenure of 5 years from 23-24 to 27-28. बिल्कुल सही है. It will give credit support up to 1 lakh for first tranche. बिल्कुल सही है जी. ठीक है जी. Credit support will be provided at a concessional rate of 7%. ये यहाँ पे गलत है क्योंकि 5% मिलेगा. First tranche 1 lakh. Second tranche 2 lakh rupees that will be provided here. और यहाँ पे बोला गया है अभी बिल्कुल सही है, 18 traditional traders will be covered in the first instance. That's the thing that is about this scheme, guys. So guys, this was all about this initiative. I hope you have enjoyed the session for the day. So if you have really enjoyed the session, guys, do subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you get the latest updates with respect to your examination. And then, guys, to get the PDF, you can subscribe to our Telegram channel, the link for which is given in the description below. Okay, now if you have any kind of query, guys, do not hesitate. ठीक है जी, feel free to revert or feel free to ask me your queries by dropping me an email at hello@edutap.co.in, or you can even have a call with me on this number 81462072441. So wishing you all the best, guys. Keep working hard, keep preparing hard. Bye bye.